All right, good morning, traders. Today is April 29th, 2024. Thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning, 507.49. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five still in downtrends. Some making little petite higher lows and higher highs. We'll see what happens. GLD and SLV, all of the Fab Five still in downtrends. All made higher highs and higher lows, closing over the trap near the 17 EMA, some over the 17 EMA, some a little bit under. GLD and SLV both in uptrends. SLV made an equal high and a lower low, closing over a bearish trap over the 17 EMA. GLD made a higher high and a higher low, closing over the bearish trap over the 17 EMA. USO in an uptrend made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bearish trap over the 17 EMA. UNG still in a downtrend, no surprise there, made a lower high and a lower low, closing under the bearish trap under the 17 EMA. US dollar index still in an uptrend, closed the day around the 106 area. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. All right, first chart we got SPY. All right, so here's Friday's price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA, challenging that all-time high anchored VWAP right there and this downtrend line. So there's SPY. On the 2-hour chart, what do we have? We have a 2-hour uptrend with price on top of the 3 EMA, price in the 3 on top of the 8, and all three of them over a rising 17 EMA there. So we're running into resistance right up through here. May need another day of consolidation before breaking out. We'll see what happens. The market is leaning on this resistance in the pre-market. We'll see if they're going to break through. Currently, I'm looking for probably consolidation, probably play spreads today, simply because we are transitioning over, possibly transitioning over this downtrend and over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Again, we're looking for, on the 10-minute chart, price action where green erases red. Again, I'm not full position on this because we're leaning right into resistance. This could reverse at any time. So this marching orders for today are to, since we're in a 2-hour uptrend and we're looking for that 10-minute uptrend, is to look for instances where green does erase red as an entry. So there's SPY. Okay, so let's take a look at QQQ. All right, QQQ on the daily chart. All right, a little petite higher low and a petite higher high so far. All right, so we've got higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish cross over the 17 EMA. Still in a downtrend, possible petite uptrend right there. So there's QQQ. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow putting in Friday's candle, higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap under the 17 EMA. Diamond Dow still in a downtrend. Okay, so let's take a look at FNGU. FNGU, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish cross over the 17 EMA. And looking like some follow-through coming through here in the pre-market. All right, so FNGU still in a downtrend. Possible petite higher low, higher high up here. We'll see what happens. We're getting the follow-through, so FNGU could be back into an uptrend here. We'll see what happens. Right now, everything's still kind of attached to the 8 EMA. Nothing making clear highs and clear lows. This is definitely a clear low. Not so sure about this one, just retesting that area. So there's FNGU right now. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap. but under the 17 EMA. So IWM, trying to make it back to the midpoint line. You can see right there, trying to transition over it. So there's IWM. Still in a daily downtrend. We broke this low right here, and we made a lower low, so that puts us in a downtrend. All right, now we did make higher lows in some of the other indices right here. Little one-day candles, higher lows, and then higher highs. So we'll see what happens. There's IWM. Let's take a look at USO. USO still in an uptrend. Friday's price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. USO still in an uptrend. UNG still in a downtrend. You can see Friday's price action challenging the all-time lows down here. Lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap under the 17 EMA. UNG still in a downtrend. Going to have to break this trend line right through here. All right, got a trend line right there. Got to get over that. All right, so there's UNG. Let's take a look at precious metals. SLV. So here we are with SLV. Price action for Friday. We got an equal high, lower low, closing below the bearish trap, just under the 17 EMA on SLV. Still in an uptrend until we break this low right here. Unless, of course, they start setting some petite higher lows, lower highs and lower lows, then we could enter into a downtrend on the daily chart. So there's SLV. Let's take a look at GLD. GLD still in an uptrend till we break these lows down here. Okay, so GLD, Friday's price action, got a higher high and a higher low, closing over the bearish trap over the 17 EMA for GLD, still in an uptrend. Let's take a look at some of our technicals. We'll look at T2122. All right, so here's T2122, and not quite the chart I was looking for. Let's see if we got this one here. No, not able to change charts. This is not the one I'm looking for. We'll come back and look at these after. We wanted a line chart. Instead, we've got candlesticks. You know what we'll go to? Let's go to T2123. All right, so here's T2123 on the 15-minute chart. All right, so here's our 15-minute chart of T2123. And we have a rising, you can see for price action for Friday, green bull flag consolidation until the last three candles, in which we had a little bit of selling going on T2123. T2123 3-bar chart. Okay, we have need to put the 200 on there, but let's see if I can. T2123, just kind of floating right here. The 200 is right in this area. Right there on the 3-bar chart, you can see we're in a hockey stick kind of a move here with a bear flag, possible second move. They hang out here too much longer. I think they're going to melt through that rising 200, which you can't see, but it's there. And we'll look for price action and possibly make another move in the southern direction. We'll see what happens. That's T2123. Prior high is way up here, and let's see if I can get those. There we are. Here's prior highs way up here, and we'll look for price action to find its way back up into this area, right up there. So we'll see what happens there on T2123. Let's take a look at. Let's try T2122 one more time, but let's take it up on the 15-minute chart. You can see here's price action. It came out of the seller's zone. The bulls threw them out right out here, and they came out of the chop zone through the 50. That would be the 50-yard line right there. We knocked on the door. We were in the buy zone up here over 80. 80 would be our buy zone. We were up there into the buy zone, and then the bears threw us out of there, and we just kind of meandered up here and consolidated in the buyer's chop zone. So the longer they stay up here, the more likely we are to move back into the chop zone. We had a downtrend going on right through here, and good news is we broke that downtrend that was right there. So there's T2122. Let's take a look at our economic calendar. All right, on the economic calendar, we've got Dallas Fed manufacturing survey at 10:30 today. So light day, not much happening. Tuesday, we've got employment cost index 8:30. Case-Shiller home price index on Tuesday 9 a.m. FHFA house price index, that's at 9 a.m. as well. Chicago PMI at 9:45, consumer sentiment at 10, and nothing really notable after that. Okay, the main event this week is going to be FOMC on Wednesday at 2 p.m., and they're going to have a little presser at 2:30 afterwards, all right? So for Tuesday, we've got ADP at 8:15, Treasury refunding announcement 8:30. We're going to have PMI manufacturing final at 9:45, ISM manufacturing index at 10 a.m., consumer spending also at 10 a.m., JOLTS also at 10 a.m., and as every Wednesday at 10:30, we're going to have a petroleum report at 10:30, and then at 2 p.m., we've got the FOMC announcement regarding rate hikes, rate drops, or possible just do nothing action, hold firm until they get more data. We'll see what they want to do. That's at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. That is the main event this week. And at 2:30, we're going to have a little presser conference right after that. All right, so for Thursday, we've got International Trade Goods and Services 8:30, Jobless Claims 8:30, Productivity and Costs also at 8:30, Factory Orders at 10 a.m., and like every Thursday at 10:30, we've got a natural gas report. And then we've got a Fed balance sheet at 4:30. All right. And for Friday, we've got an employment situation 8:30, PMI composite final, 9:45 ISM services index at 10. And after that, we start our weekend. All right. So there it is. Wednesday is going to be the main event. All right. 2 p.m. FOMC regarding CPI. That would be that's the Fed's job to handle inflation. So we'll see what happens there. On the U.S. dollar index, okay, we closed Friday, right around the 105. We closed up here. We closed at 106.10. All right, so U.S. dollar closed on Friday, 106.10. Had a little pullback here. Would have been nice to see a pullback back to this 200 or maybe even this uptrend line. Had almost a bearish engulfing at one time. They've kind of lost it. We'll see what happens today. All right. If they could have pulled back, that would have been positive for the markets. I would like to see this double top here and here get tested, as well as this uptrend line, and they may do it all at once. We'll see it. If it doesn't happen today, it may happen either Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll see what happens there. For Max Payne for today, we've got 502. We've got a little over one put for every call. Not really a scenario for a put squeeze. We'll see what happens. We are acting bullish in the pre-market. On the earnings calendar, okay, for today, we've got Banco Argentina, and not really any notables going to happen this morning, okay, or this evening. Some familiar names, all right, but nothing really notable. Domino's Pizza, that's a familiar name. MicroStrategies, they're heavily into Bitcoin. ON Semiconductor, we know what they do. It's kind of in the name. All right, so familiar names, but not anything notable right there. On Tuesday, the big notable is going to be Amazon. $1,803 billion for Amazon. They're going to be reporting on Tuesday evening. All right. In the morning, Eli Lilly's going to report. That's about 2/3 of a trillion right there. They're going to report in the morning. Coca-Cola is going to report. They're a little over a quarter trillion right there. They're going to report in the morning with Eli Lilly. AMD is going to report along with Amazon Tuesday evening, and that's a quarter of a trillion right there. Almost quarter of a trillion right there. Okay, so and then Mickey D is going to report in the morning, and some other notables, but nothing really market moving other than Amazon, AMD, Eli Lilly, and Coke. Those could be very well market moving. Wednesday, what do we got going on Wednesday? MasterCard's going to report 431 billion right there. Qualcomm, 184 billion. Pfizer is going to report 143 billion. And some other notables here, but nothing really market moving other than probably MasterCard. So for the notables for the first 3 days, we're going to have Amazon, Eli Lilly, AMD, Coca-Cola, and that's tomorrow. Wednesday, it's going to be Amazon, Eli Lilly, Coca-Cola on Tuesday, yep, and Advanced Micro Devices. On Wednesday, MasterCard, Qualcomm, and Pfizer, they're going to report. On Thursday, got some big ones we're going to report. Apple, almost $2.5 trillion here on Apple. They're going to report on Thursday. Now remember, FOMC reports on Tuesday at 2 p.m. and then a little presser at 2:30. So this will be happening after the close on Thursday. Apple's going to report. Novardisk is going to report $500 billion there on that one. They're going to report in the morning. Okay, Shell's still looking for their P&L. ConocoPhillips, 153 billion. They're going to be reporting as well. So a little bit of energy going to be reporting on Thursday. So that's it mostly for the week. Friday, I didn't even look at Friday yet, but Berkshire is going to report, and Hershey. So Berkshire's got A and B. So that's That's 875. That's well over $1.5 trillion going to be reporting on Friday with options expiration. So I want to thank everybody out there in video land, especially everybody on YouTube. Thank you for participating. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening to my content. I hope you get something out of it. Thank you for the kind comments. I look forward to seeing y'all at 4 p.m. And for the rest of you, I will take questions in the room and we will start the day off. Remember, today's marching orders are on the SPY are to look for that 10-minute uptrend where green erases red. Okay, we're looking for that 10-minute uptrend on SPY. Remember, we're playing right into resistance. It's not a real good risk to reward, being since we're playing right into resistance. Now, very well could grind its way up through there and consolidate on top. That would be nice, all right? So look for green erases red. We got that 2-hour uptrend, and we're looking for continuation of this bull flag. You can see we got to move up and then consolidate over to the right. Very well could consolidate going into the rest of the day, going into Tuesday. So we'll see what happens. All right, traders, let's have a good day. Let's have a profitable day. Remember to watch your stops and look for those 3 EMA crossings over the 8. That kills the move. Just in case you don't know that, 3 crossing the 8 will take out the move, and would no longer want to be long when the 3 crosses the 8 on the 10-minute. All right, so until 4 p.m., I will wish everybody happy trading today, and stay safe. Take your stops and get out when necessary. Look for a possible pullback. I think we may get a reversal we'll see what happens. I am looking for a reversal to possibly happen sometime today.